And welcome back, Movie Maniacs. Yo, let's talk about 28 years later. If you've seen 28 Days Later, you know it's already set the bar pretty high for zombie flicks. But 28 years later, take us back to the post-apocalyptic world we kind of love to hate, you know what I'm saying? First off, the story is set, 28 years after the original outbreak, and trust me, the stakes is still sky high. We follow a new set of characters as they navigate a world full of the infected and the remainders of humanity, showcasing not just the horror of the undead, but also the darker side of human survival. It's all very intense and honestly a little depressing, but in a way that make you reconsider everything you thought you knew about survival. Visually, it got a very dark vibe to it. The cinematography captures this eerie beauty in the desolate landscapes and abandoned cities. You feel the weight of neglect and despair just by looking at it. The scenery is kind of haunting, adding layers to these crazy moments when you just waiting on something to pop off. The acting, it ain't too bad either. A new cast bring fresh energy, but you can't help but miss the intensity brought by the original film. Still, they make you care about their characters, which is crucial when you're watching them fight the undead. Our aspects of the film is how it explores the themes of human resilience and the fight for hope, even in the darkest times. It might be a little philosophical on you, which I wasn't fully prepared for, but it's definitely thought-provoking. The story follows a family that's been surviving in a community of other survivors, cut off from the land of the undead by a body of water. When the tide is low, you can cross over into undead territory, but they do this in the film to hunt the undead. It's like earning your stripes. For a kid who grew up in the world and never really killed a zombie before. No guns, no ammo, just bow and arrow, which I respected that aspect fully. It added some layer of panic when watching a kid trying to aim at a zombie who was running straight at you, full speed. And these zombies, they have evolved or devolved, so to speak, into something different, like a mutation. Not only that, but most of the zombies are naked, running around with their junk swinging out, which I really wasn't expecting, pause, while other zombies mutated into something entirely different. The zombies seem to be a tad bit smarter and more aggressive than the ones we are used to seeing in these type of films. I mean, 28 years later, the zombies run much like they did in the previous films, but this time they had a tribal feel to them, like they just been surviving in the world running around naked. Yes, naked zombies. Also, a pregnant zombie as well, which I don't know, made me question a lot of things. Like the zombies is out here smashing each other and having babies? Why not? Some scenes can be a bit goofy at times, and I understand trying to lighten up the film, but it was kind of unnecessary. Overall, the boy mother is sick and the dad is cheating and the little boy wants to save his mother, but there's no doctors at home. But there is one out in the wilderness living amongst the dead and burning as many of them as he can. The boy escapes the community after a huge disappointment by his father to save his mother, and he takes her with him to meet a doctor to try to save her life. And this is where it get kind of weird, not gonna lie, like on some real. Overall, 28 years later, it's a solid entry into the genre. It's got all the classic thriller elements while pushing some boundaries. Perfect for a weekend scare or a movie night when you need something a little deeper than just a mindless horror film or zombie film. So if you're a fan of zombie movies or just enjoy a good thriller, this one isn't really worth the time. I mean, it's okay to see if you saw the rest of them, just to, I don't know, kind of wrap up the trilogy or the franchise or whatever it's supposed to be. But I give 28 years later a 2 out of 5. It wasn't the worst, but it wasn't the best either. Anyways, cut. That's a wrap. Until next time, Movie Maniacs, you know the vibes. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you at showtime. Yeah, peace out.